Drifting is one of the most attempted and adored maneuvers that enthusiasts yearn to master. Getting it right will reward you with the biggest ego boost, and getting it wrong will hand you the biggest repair bill, which is why events like these exist.
Well, so we are at the BMW Drift Academy, and what we're going to do here is, like I mentioned, get some art of drifting, get something into us. But first, of course, is that we have to set up the car, and for that, because it's an M4, there's a bit of a process. Traction control obviously has to be on, so we go into the setup menu, that's right here, and everything basically has to be dialed up. So engine has to be Sport Plus, chassis Sport Plus, steering has to be in comfort because you want it nice and light, brakes can be in sport, and then you have two-wheel drive. For that you have to go into M1 and then again dial up everything, transmission to the S3 so it gets the most response. You have the chassis in Sport Plus as well, you want it nice and taut, not soft at all. And DSC, the traction control, the big one, has to be off. You don't get many scenarios where you can turn this off. This fortunately is one of those. So traction control is off, and then you get to the X drive and put it into two-wheel drive, which means this 530 horsepower sports sedan is now rear-wheel drive only. On a wet drift pad, it's gonna mean a lot of fun.
However, before the fun begins, a quick brief about the basics like seat positioning and safety measures is rather important. Theory done, it was time for the practicals. We hopped in for the first course, which was just to induce the drift and get used to the motion of the rear wheels losing traction. Natural instinct is to hit the brake as soon as there is loss of grip, but fighting your mind against it is half the battle. With the instructors guiding from the outside, I was ready.
Please go ahead. Use your right side window to see the cones, okay? Keep looking at the outside cones. Look one cone ahead. 3, 2, 1, power! Power, power! Okay, good job. Fantastic. Your counter was good.
That was humbling and showed me exactly how far I was to an actual drift. But practice makes perfect.
3, 2, 1, initiate. Power, power on the power. Yes, good.
With so much focus, I completely forgot there was a camera pointed at me and there is a mic in which I have to speak. Thankfully, on the third attempt, there was a hint of drift.
Now 3, 2, 1, power! Power, power! Ease off. Perfect. Okay, good job.
What was surprising was how accurately the instructors were advising on exactly what's going wrong. You'd imagine being in the car would be better, but it's actually not.
Just go on counter then. So by the time you start turning,
Reverse the car bit.
Okay, so I have to counter early.
as soon as the wheel is going out,
Okay,
start
just start. Okay.
That's really quick.
Okay. Valuable advice later, I was still terrible.
3, 2, 1, power!
You're holding the steering like this, right? Next time I want to counter it, just push it like this and then keep a gap. Let the steering roll in your hand.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay, so when I'm
Don't
pushing-
try and turn it on your own because that is your slope.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, a half drift appeared and we braked for a cool down.
So that was insane. We were basically trying to find the limit of the car. Just try and get the tail out, see what it feels like, see where you have to, grip, play with the throttle, play with the steering. So a lot of things at work, and you can't really talk to the camera once you're doing something as intense. You have M cars all around. You do not want to go and crash into one of those. So, but fun and a great learning experience.
Next session was to do the same thing but the other way around, and no, it's not the same thing at all.
Now we are back onto the circles, and this time it is anti-clockwise, so different field of vision. Right now I was looking through my windows, looking at the cones. I basically just guide the car and keep it close to the cones. Now it's gonna be the other way around. I'm gonna have to look on that side of the window and just beyond the windscreen. Definitely nowhere near here. So let's see how that goes.
As expected, I started off with a beautiful spin. A few more spins later, I just about managed getting one right.
Yes, good job.
Fighting against your natural instincts and adjusting your eyes to look out the windows instead of the windshield is the biggest challenge. And speaking of challenges, by the end of this, there would be a competition for who can do a full circle drift and a figure of 8. The top 3 would qualify for round 2 of the Drift Academy. This just got a lot more intense. Surprisingly, putting all the theory into practice was easy and a full circle was achieved, giving me crucial points. But the big one was the flawless figure of 8. A clean drift would get me the full points and put me in podium positions, and it was nerve-wracking, as you can see with my body movements. Thankfully, I made the figure of 8 and it was a lot of heavy breathing, sweating and sore arms, but the satisfaction numbed it all out.
Well, that was it. I think the two main challenges are done. And well, let me tell you, it was one of the most fun days. Something that you don't really see usually. As you can see my breath, I'm breathing heavy. It is very physical and mental. So you have to basically take care of everything together. But a very, very well put together event. And something that gives enthusiasts a good amount of time to get used to the car. It didn't change the car, so I could basically feel where the limits are. And well, a bit more practice is gonna be perfect.
The highlight of the whole day was arguably the fact that I got in the car in the morning as a complete novice with almost no drift experience, and after just a day of learning and practicing, I actually made it onto the podium. This was the debut of the BMW Drift Academy, and it was undoubtedly one of the best auto events. The nominal fee participants had paid got them a safe environment, an incredibly fun and potent car, and most importantly, a skill which I know they would flaunt for the rest of their lives. I know I will.